yield 3 minutes to the gentlelady from New York, Yvette Clarke.
The woman from New York is recognized for 3 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and I thank my good friend, Ms. Fudge, for the time. Madam Speaker, the Republican majority would like the American people to believe that a near financial collapse never happened, never occurred. To hear the majority's narrative over the course of the 112th Congress, you would think that nothing is wrong with the economy that deregulation and tax cuts for multimillionaires and billionaires can't solve. What the Republican majority refuses to acknowledge in their revisionist narrative is that their tax cuts for multimillionaires and billionaires help lead our country from surplus into massive deficits. The majority's revisionist narrative also omits the fact that years of deregulation and lax oversight of financial institutions is what caused the economic downturn we are struggling to fully recover from. Madam Speaker, the near collapse of the national economy not only cost the American people billions of dollars in bailouts, but also resulted in millions of Americans losing their jobs, their homes, and life savings through no fault of their own. The number one priority of the 112th Congress should be to continue the economic recovery work of the 111th Congress. The American people expect the other side to work with the President and congressional Democrats to put Americans back to work. So I find it unbelievable, Madam Speaker, that in the face of a 9.2% unemployment and when millions of Americans are struggling simply to stay in their homes, the majority would declare war on the very agency that would prevent a similar financial crisis from ever happening again. By decreasing accountability, muddling decision-making and starving it for funds, the Republican majority is seeking to turn the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau into a gridlocked agency that cannot possibly fulfill their mandate as a financial industry watchdog, leaving the American people once again vulnerable to predatory lending that precipitated the financial collapse in the first place. Madam Speaker, the 112th Congress has been in session for over 6 months, and we still have not had one comprehensive jobs bill, nor have we voted on one single bill that would help struggling homeowners stay in their homes. We have unfortunately been forced to vote to protect tax cuts for multimillionaires and billionaires. We have voted to protect the profits of companies who ship jobs overseas, and we have voted on bills that undercut the social safety net for Americans at a time when the most vulnerable amongst us need it the most. In other words, Madam Speaker, we have wasted the American people's time. If the Republican majority claims to speak for the American people, then perhaps they should listen to the American people and stop playing games and bring legislation to the floor that addresses the number one priority of American people, jobs. By bringing this bill to the floor, the Republican majority either doesn't remember the recent financial crisis or simply doesn't care about the hardships of the American people. I thank my friend, and I support the gentlewoman from Ohio.
Thank you very much. Madam Speaker, I yield 3 minutes to my friend and colleague from California, the gentlelady from California, Jackie Speier.
Gentlewoman.